Good evening and Happy New Year, BPS community. It is my absolute pleasure to kick off the 39th annual Boston Public Schools Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. To begin with, I'd like to thank Tony Beatrice, our Executive Director of Arts, and all the many teachers that we have within BPS for their incredible hard work in putting this together year after year. I know this event looks different this year as we are gathering virtually, but I know we're all in for an amazing and impactful evening with our BPS students and staff. This is my second year joining the district-wide MLK Day celebration, and there is no other place I'd rather be tonight than with you. As we remember Dr. King, a great man who changed the world and left a legacy that we cherish to this day. Although we're rejoicing tonight, I would be remiss to start my remarks without acknowledging our current environment locally, nationally, and globally. Dr. King said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." With that, I have to acknowledge that this past year has been a very difficult one. Between the COVID-19 global pandemic, the events that took place last week in Washington, D.C., the employment and economic challenges so many of you face, and so much more. I know each day requires a fight. I also must mention the racial strife on full display in America today. Compounded by police-involved murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and countless more that our youth have witnessed on the internet, and that they carry these worries. They should not be expected to have to live through these terrible times. And yet this is where we find ourselves. As Dr. King so beautifully stated, I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil, triumphant. Although our days seem bleak, we are missing our friends and families in order to keep them safe and keep ourselves safe. And in these current times where it seems we lack certain leadership, I do not want you to lose hope. Dr. King said, "No person has the right to reign on your dreams." So keep on dreaming and keep your goals front and center, no matter how unpredictable the future may seem. And I have been so inspired by your resilience and the resilience of our entire BPS community. Your strength, your ability to adapt, your willingness to help your peers, and also be in service to your entire community. It is exactly what embodies the term Boston Strong. But do not hesitate to ask for help as often as you need it, because we are all stronger together. As this celebration amplifies the arts and arts education, for which I'm a huge fan, and in the memory of Dr. King, in addition to your academic studies, I encourage you to explore your creativity, your self-expression, and as the arts are not only there to help you be more rounded students, they also serve as an outlet when you're facing challenges and difficult times. I know this personally, as my own children are artists in their own right. They pursue photography and videography and other visual arts. My daughter is going to be an art teacher soon, and I'm so proud of all of them, as I am so proud of all of you. But before I wrap up, I want to thank all of our visual and performing arts staff, including our invaluable art teachers, along with each performer and the additional contributor for every one of these events. Always remember, like Dr. King, whose core values of nonviolence and justice and peace, harmony, community, and equality are honed right here in Boston, and you can be the change that you wish to see in the world. I can't wait to see those values reflected in our students' performances tonight. So let's get to it. It is my honor to introduce our first performance of the night by the City of Boston Youth Poet Laureate and Fenway High School senior, Alondra Bobadilla. Thank you for all of your time. Be safe and be well.
highest praises. What does it feel like to be the lungs of the third most gentrified city in the land of the free? The gentle rise and fall in the body of America's womb, this Hallmark card city. Best universities that you never see Boston youth attend, white as my teeth, with so much vibrancy bursting underneath. It's pitiful. The lack of true diversity, and I mean in our institutions. Before you pull into Jackson, I think, I don't remember, feels like forever. It seems if you take a peek outside, you see the graffiti sign. We have nothing left to lose but our chains. I stay wondering who tagged that line. I searched it up and learned the lineage of the saying, and to this day, I'll be praying the train will screech to a stop and let me take a pic. Or if I can jump off real quick and have someone snap a flick of me in front of it. This is my historical Boston, my tourist attraction, better than Beacon, because I feel like those people were my heroes. Why? Because they probably looked more like me, lived like me. And I'm tired of making heroes of people that were the reason for my ancestral demise. And old white men buried in the commons is not my idea of a field trip worth taking anymore. No disrespect. I wonder to what hands that onyx-colored spray paint can belonged. To what opaque soul remains in chains by pain since the first death they ever saw and completely crumbled to ashy ruins by the third. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe it wasn't that deep, but isn't it always that deep when young bodies are never worthy enough to be named on TV so these older people can have another reason to seethe and say these black and brown young men are nothing but thugs, these slugs adding insult to injury with their snake eyes? Say their names. Say their names and write them on their favorite swing from when they were a child. Or hangout spot, or corner store down the block, somewhere only a loved one would know to go to find a piece of them tucked gently in the normal, like finding money in your washed clothes, hidden monuments for these babies I never knew but always loved. Promising on dead dogs, bloody tears dropping on grieved out gravestones. This pain is hereditary, and this fury is too. Deep rooted in the veins like the drugs their parents passed to their systems. These adrenaline addicts I laugh with who are so proud of the city that they claim to hate enough to say drastic stuff like NY is a little Boston, and I like that. Because Lord knows we deserve to claim something that feels real enough even if the pride in our hands is like sand. The confidence boost is comforting. I know people that know people I went to kindergarten with. Boston is the sheerest definition of full circle, both in the awkward and the scary. Young men that are social media famous right now, labeled as different because they made Vans look cool and their drip is contagious. I knew them when they were 5, and they were first sexualized by some middle school girls on the playground. Older women I admire because they are unsung heroes at every street corner who happen to be the kin to friends of mine I lost along the way to bad decisions. And as they speak, telling me that they haven't given up on so-and-so, saying these things as I watch flashbacks of my old friends as children click through their eyes, intimate homemade movies that they make me a part of, and I fight back the urge to scream and cry because they didn't deserve to hold people that they love in their arms and watch them bleed out and close their eyes for the last time for no reason. Youth that say I'm a man at 16, sleeping on benches on the side of the streets in Dudley, selling weed since 13. Young women that visit graves and then visit poles and walls in Jackson and Mission where their boyfriends were murdered and can't even focus in school. Youth that write the name of their mixtapes and Snapchats on bus seats hoping to be noticed. Youth that got handcuffed in school because of dyslexia and threw a tantrum out of frustration. Youth that never had a gym or hand soap in the bathroom. Youth expected to get it all done and still be told it ain't enough. Youth that were abandoned by immigrant parents and high school is like a wish come true. Youth that ask me if I'd cry if they die on the streets, and I don't even know them like that. Searching desperately for love anywhere, even in a stranger. And they only get this love when they sleep, and their subconscious reminds them what they lack, and they lust because that's all that they know. Anger and sex, trauma, these people with big minds and even bigger hearts that limit themselves and pretend to be so cold-hearted because nobody trusts each other enough. But we still rise and fall. We still breathe even though these lungs are full of smoke. We keep this city pumping, because if it wasn't for my old classmate sitting in those community town hall meetings making our voices heard, because if it wasn't for small organizations that get shut down in 10 years or so because of lack of funding, the only pop-up stores I'll always show out for, because if it wasn't for youth that were praised for 10 seconds and then never protected, because if it wasn't for the teachers that stayed after school for hours crying real love and snuck kids that haven't eaten in 3 days food, because if it wasn't for my friends who sat in Jackson with me and held me as I had my anxiety attacks, if it wasn't for them, a hell of a lot more of us would be dead. But we shouldn't need a few good Samaritans to solve our bigger problems, but that's another poem for another time. Every so often you see us linked together like Cubans, the best ice America's ever seen, hanging from the mother city's neck. We preach on the same porches we used to get our hair beaded. We work in the institutions they told us were against us and change their rules. We lift signs of protest in the same beacon they took us to at 9 and 10 to sightsee. We love on this open flesh and stitch them up to scars, story by story, hood by hood. My homage to Boston youth, soldiers that cradle these cities' wounds.
Show me your face, fill up this space. My world needs you right now. My world needs you right now. I can't escape being afraid. Fill me with you right now. My world needs you right now. Show me your face, fill up the space. My world needs you right now. My world needs you right now. I can't escape being afraid. Fill me with you right now. My world needs you right now. Power fall down, bring with it a sound that points us to you right now. Erase substitutes right now.
Fix what I see, and God, please fix me. My world needs you right now. Let us see you right now.
Power fall down, bring with it a sound that points us to you right now. Erase substitutes right now. Fix what I see, and God please fix me. And God please fix me. The world needs you. My world needs you right now. Let us see you right now. Every heart in the world, God needs you to rescue. Storms have come We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we need you now. We shall sing, oh, how sweet, yes, it's so sweet. Never change, it's never change. Show me your face, come fill this space. My world needs you right now. My world needs you right now.
Ever since the birth of our nation, white America has had a schizophrenic personality on the question of race, causing America to take a step backward simultaneously with every step forward on the question of racial justice. There has never been a solid, unified, and determined thrust to make justice a reality for Afro-Americans. The step backward has a new name today. It is called the white backlash. But the white backlash is nothing new. It is the surfacing of old prejudices, hostilities, and ambivalences that have always been there. It was caused neither by the cry of black power nor by the unfortunate recent wave of riots in our cities. The white backlash of today is rooted in the same problem that has characterized America ever since the black man landed in chains on the shores of this nation.
Today is a promissory note to the women who will come after us. We do not wait tomorrow because we call our fathers when night is a prayer home. The sidewalk's sleek teeth sharp against our shadows. We do not wait tomorrow because we might not make it. We are taught to envy legs long enough to outrun death. We do not wait tomorrow because a girl child will marry before her knees kiss the asphalt of a school playground. Because we name our children headlines. Because we cannot breathe. Because with no knock, our beds can turn casket in the blink of a night. Today, some will sleep off hunger with the promise of tomorrow, so we do not wait. Instead, we sit at every table decisions are made, demand an equal serving and lick the plate clean, The table, a glass ceiling we see ourselves in. We fill our mouths with words the kitchen has no use for. Conjure the women who unhinged the doors before us. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Oluwatoyin Salau, Ella Baker. We hold our feminists to our chests like icons. Nadia Murad, Malala Yousafzai, Gloria Steinem, my mother. We say their names till it fills the room, until we keep the promises of the Beijing Declaration, until consent is everyone's first language, until education is not a gated community, until women participate equally in decision-making, until every country achieves gender equality, until we do not put off until tomorrow what we can do today.
Today, how long will it take? Somebody's asking, how long will prejudice blind the visions of men? I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment, yes, sir, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again. Yes, how long? Not long. Because no lie can live forever. Yes, sir. How long? Not long. How long? Because you shall reap what you sow. Yes, sir. How long? Not long. How long? Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yes, yes, that scaffold sways the future. Yes. Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Yes, how long? Not long. Not long.
Definitely is like dancing and trying to make the world feel better, more positive in a way.
I didn't know a lot of sign language. I did not really know how to dance at all. And I also learned about like a lot of stuff that was going on in the world.
Hearing people, I noticed before they even came, they didn't really know a lot about sign language. And then we started teaching them, they got better. We got better at dancing. And then we got comfortable, we just match in.
Some of the signals that we learned is like turning on and off the lights and stomping our feet when we need to get attention.
It's all about like deaf culture too. So we also have that, and it's about like how differences are good.
Is a great environment just to be in a different one. It definitely just like shows a different perspective from other people.
It makes me feel like I can hang out with people that I usually don't talk to.
definitely I can like dance and like spread emotions to the world.
You need to treat everyone equally. And always, even if you feel uncomfortable with it, you should always at least try it a tiny bit, or like just like one.
To me, it feels like I am not only by myself, I'm with the deaf family, so I'm technically with my family.
Okay, friends, I want us right now to think about some things we might need in order to build a better future for our community. I need all my friends put those thinking caps on. Lock it, lock it, lock it. I see you, Dahlia and Alani and Jace and Benjamin. I see you. Alani, tell us something we might need in order to build a better future for our communities.
We could all use a little bit more love. We could all use a little bit more faith. We could all use a little bit more love. We could all use a little bit more faith. We could all use a little bit more, a little bit love, a little bit faith. Whatever it's gonna take. Just make sure you give enough. Just make sure you leave enough. You're sick. We can all use a little bit more, a little bit love, a little bit faith. Whatever it's gonna take. Just make sure you give enough. Just make sure you leave enough. Just you're sick. We could show love by giving someone a hug. We can show love by giving people gifts.
We can show love by drawing someone a picture.
We can be loved by giving someone flowers. How I show love to my family, how I help my family. I help my family with my little brother and my little sister and my other little sister. We can all use a little bit more, a little bit love, a little bit faith, whatever it's gonna take. Just make sure you give enough. Just make sure you leave enough. You're sick. And strawberry loving and kiss. By helping someone out, like example, like if someone had like a broken thing, someone can go buy another one for them. I show love by helping my mommy with my baby brother. We can show love by giving someone a hug. We can show love by giving people presents. We can show love by high-fiving people. We could show love by giving hugs. We can all use a little bit more, a little bit love, a little bit faith, whatever it's gonna take. Just make sure you give enough. Just make sure you leave enough. You're sick.
Hey, you show me love with more smiles than frowns. Cheer me up, I need a hug right now. Help me out, if I fall down, I'll return the love. Tell me how that sound, don't let me down, I got faith in you. Together you and I can make it through. Believe in me like I believe in you. Together you and I can make it
Welcome to our program. Today we will be talking and singing about making a difference.
Everybody's always talking about making a difference. What does that mean anyway?
I always thought it was about caring about people and helping them.
Yeah, like when we sold those CDs of our course to raise money for those flood victims last year.
That was cool. I think that definitely made a difference.
I guess, but how do we know every day, not just big stuff like that?
I'm not sure, but I think even little things can make a difference if they help someone.
I think even just helping your own family matters, like washing dishes or mowing the lawn and stuff.
Yeah, like when you help your sister with her math homework, that makes a difference to her, and maybe even her future. You just never know. She could become a mathematician like Katherine Johnson.
Or a leader like Dr. King.
I hear what you're saying, but I still don't know exactly how to do it. I mean, how do you even start?
I think we need to look inside of ourselves first. Our hearts know. Everything we do to help other people starts with our own kindness.
That's true. Everything we do and everything we are comes from inside of us. So we get to choose how we think and act.
And when we listen to our hearts, it helps us make good choices, the ones that might make a difference.
Never thought of it that way before. So kindness must be a big deal. Maybe I should give it a try.
If you do, I'll bet it'll definitely make a difference for you too.
Do you wonder what to do? Do you wonder how it's true? Do you wonder how a change could start with you? It starts with kindness, with kindness. It comes from deep inside.
We are all brothers and sisters in this world.
We all share this planet.
And we have the power we need to be better and better.
All we have to do is see the world through open eyes.
All we have to do is see the world with open hands.
Every one of us can make a difference because we are in this world together.
Darkness cannot drive out of darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out of hate. Only love can do that. It all starts with kindness.
Do you wonder how it's true? Do you wonder how to change? Could start with you. It starts with kindness. With kindness. It comes from the deep inside. With kindness. With kindness. Kindness from the heart.
we shall overcome. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand today. Oh, deep in our heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand today. United we stand, united we stand, united we stand today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe united we stand today. United we stand today. United we stand today.
We are here to celebrate amazing women who made history. Today we celebrate the many accomplishments of several women of color who fought and continue to fight for what is fair and right for girls and women everywhere. When people said they couldn't, they did. And when people laughed at them for trying, they didn't give up. They kept going. Perhaps the most famous is the leader of the Underground Railroad.
Follow me, want to escape. Oh, I recognize that border.
We have to follow Harriet Tubman to freedom.
Have you heard of drinking gourd? We have to follow it.
There are people following us. We have to go.
Oh no, if they catch us, we're in deep trouble.
Come on, I'll lead to freedom.
We made it to Pennsylvania.
We are free.
Thank you, Harriet.
I will be back doing more. I will not stop till every slave is freed.
Hello, I'm Rosa Parks, and I was inspired by a young lady in Montgomery, Alabama, to take stand for what I believed in. Claudette Colburn was only 15 years old when she refused to give up her seat to a white woman.
Hey you, get up, get up.
Hey, I got to see first.
What's going on here?
You won't get up.
If you don't get up now, I will call the police. Is there a problem?
This girl won't give up this seat to this woman.
I won't get up no matter what.
I will have to arrest you.
Claudette was scared, but her bravery helped others stand up for what they thought was right.
No matter what their age, women have been fighting for their rights in a male-centered world. Just look at Malala Yousafzai, who thought it was a young girl's right to be educated.
Hurry up, they're going to catch us. I think one of them saw us. I think I saw 2 girls. Get them! Run! Please let us in, just please let us in.
It's not fair. We're smart too.
You are not in the school. You're not allowed in the school. If you don't leave now, we will call the police.
Girls have not been allowed in the school for years, so we can't change the rules. Fine, we'll let you both in.
What? Are you crazy?
Too bad. We're already in. Brandon said so.
We're going to be in here for a long time.
I'm famous for being the first American woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean in 1928, but there was others like myself who wanted to explore the Earth from the clouds. I was the first African American woman to get his pilot's license in the 1920s. I refused to say no.
Look, Daddy, we're airplanes!
We're flying! I can see that.
Daddy, I want to be a pilot.
I don't think you will be accepted. Why don't you become a laundry person instead?
I don't want to be a laundry person. I want to fly in the clouds. It's my dream. Hi, can I go to this flight school? I always wanted to be a pilot since I was a girl.
Even though you'd be the first African American female pilot?
Yes.
I'm sorry, we cannot accept you.
Oh, okay.
You should not be here.
Your dream is gonna fall flat just like you. Wow, who is that flying? He is amazing. It's a she. She is amazing.
What? Wow.
I never gave up.
These were just a few important women, and there were so many more who proved that Martin Luther King Jr.'s words of hope were real. Let us continue to fight for what is fair and right for all people. Thank you for watching.
While sitting there autographing books, the only question I heard from her was, "Are you Martin Luther King?" And I was looking down writing, and I said yes. The next minute I felt something beating on my chest. Before I knew it, I had been stabbed by this demented woman. I was rushed to Harlem Hospital. It was a dark Saturday afternoon. That blade had gone through, and the x-rays revealed that the tip of the blade was on the edge of my aorta, the main artery. And once that's punctured, you're drowned in your own blood. That's the end of you. It came out in the New York Times the next morning that if I had merely sneezed, I would have died. But there was another letter that came from a little girl, a young girl, who was a student at the White Plains High School. And I looked at that letter, and I'll never forget it. It said simply, "Dear Dr. King, I am a 9th grade student at the White Plains High School." She said, "While it should not matter, I would like to mention that I'm a white girl. And I read that if you had sneezed, you would have died. I'm simply writing you to say that I'm so happy that you didn't sneeze." I want to say tonight that I too am happy that I didn't sneeze, because if I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1960, when students all over the South started sitting in at lunch counters. And I knew that as they were sitting in, they were really standing up for the best in the American dream, and taking the whole nation back to those great wells of democracy which were dug deep by the founding fathers in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. If I had sneezed, if I had sneezed,
Pride. It's the heartbeat open wide. It's the start feet dance street scope in stride. It's the soul beam whole dream holding all these gold rings. It's that rainbow feeling with our grin stretched up to the ceiling. It's the skies in all of our eyes. It's no humans left behind. It's bold shoulders worn strong, puffed out chests and full of song. It's the sparks allowed to glisten. It's the truth out loud, the listen. It's the squeezing and the kissing and the freedom and the blissing and the pulse of understanding, where we're rocking, where we're landing, where we're stopping, where we're standing, all absorbing and expanding. We're enthralling and we're rising.
I've wanted to be a woman and I've wanted to be a man. I've needed to arrive at a place of knowing who on earth I am. This next poem is called A Gentle Gender. On the horizon, I am now, here and there. After all kinds of skin-crippling fear. But now trying to snuggle into a quiet kind of queer. A more comforted, sheathy feeling that a body is never ending amongst other bodies doing their thing. A land of mask lines, of femme lines, plant lines, and a vital spine, all meandering in an open gender sphere. After all, as bodies, we are navigators, on earth via the navel, visceral and vital vines that are becoming re-raveled and remembered.
It's the group power, the troop power, the building up our true tower, collective strength and infrastructure, love enough for us to rupture ancient judgments of outdated governments. Love's what bonds our human nature, love's what holds us all together. RESPECT LGB and T double QIAPD plus BE. What you wanna be? I said BE. What you wanna be? I said BE. What you wanna be? Wishing a very happy Pride.
Hello, wishing you all a happy Digital Pride 2020. I hope all of your Pride dreams come true.
joy of I and don't be afraid of the storm. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver sound of love. Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain, and your dreams be told in gold. Walk on, be God in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on, be calm in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never
And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, as the model for those who are to build the building. And a building is not well erected without a good, sound, and solid blueprint. Now, each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. And I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance.
One tribe, one kind, one planet, one race. It's all one blood, don't care about your face. Color of your eye or the tone of your skin. Don't care where you are, don't care where you been. Cause where we gonna go is where we wanna be. The place where the native language is unity. And the continent is called Pangea. And the main ideas are connected like a sphere. No propaganda to try to upper hand us. Cause man, I'm loving this peace. Man, I'm loving this peace. Man, I'm loving this peace. I don't need no leader that's gonna force feed her. Concept to make me think I need her. Fear my brother and fear my sister and shoot my neighbor with my big missile. If I had an enemy, if I had an enemy, if I had an enemy, then my enemy's gonna try to come and kill me, cause I'm his enemy. There's one tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We are one people. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. Forget about all that evil. That evil that they feed you. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. That evil that they feed you. Remember that we one people. We are one people. One people. One people. One tribe, one kind, one planet, one race, one love, one people, one. Too many things that's causing one to forget about the main cause. Connect and uniting, but the evil is seeding and alive in us. So our weapons are colliding and our peace is sinking like Poseidon. But we know that the evil one's threatened by the sun. So we come and try to separate the sum. But he dumb, he didn't know we had to would overcome. Rejuvenate by the beating of the drum. Come together by the cycle of the hum. Freedom when all become one. Forever. One tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We one tribe, y'all. We are one people. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. Forget about all that evil. That evil that they feed you. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. That evil that they feed you. Remember that we one people. We are one people. One people. One people. One people.
One love, one blood, one people. One heart, one beat, we equal. Connected like the internet, united, that's how we do. Let's break walls so we see through. Let love and peace lead you. We could overcome the complication cause we need to. Help each other make these changes. Brother, sister, rearrange this way of thinking that we can change this bad condition. Break, use your mind and not your greed. Let's connect and then proceed. This is something I believe. We are one, we're all just people.
One tribe, y'all. One tribe, y'all. One tribe, y'all. We are one people. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. Forget about all that evil. That evil that they feed you. Let's catch amnesia. Let's catch amnesia. Forget about all that evil. That evil one people, one people, one people. Let's cast amnesia.
Lord help me out, trying to figure out what it's all about. Cause we one and the same. Same joy, same pain. And I hope that you're there when I need ya. Cause maybe we need amnesia. And I don't wanna sound like a preacher, but we need to be one. One world, one love, one passion. One tribe, one understanding. Cause you and me can become one.
Earthquake and a hurricane may have delayed this day, but this is a day that would not be denied. For this day, we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s return to the National Mall. A black preacher, no official rank or title, who somehow gave voice to our deepest dreams and our most lasting ideals. A man who stirred our conscience and thereby helped make our union more perfect. I raise all this because nearly 50 years after the March on Washington, our work, Dr. King's work, is not yet complete. When confronting disappointment, Dr. King refused to accept what he called the isness of today. He kept pushing towards the oughtness of tomorrow. Let us not be trapped by what is. We can't be discouraged by what is. We've got to keep pushing for what ought to be. The America we ought to leave to our children, and that if we maintain our faith in ourselves and in the possibilities of this nation, there is no challenge we cannot surmount.
Of all his compositions, Mingus returned to Fables of Faubus most often. The first version, recorded for Columbia on May 5, 1959, sets out the structure most clearly. It's cast in a form similar to the multi-thematic strains of ragtime. Orville E. Faubus was a governor of Arkansas who in 1957 sent out the National Guard to prevent a few black children from entering Little Rock's Central High School. Mingus's condemnation of this action was apparently too strong for those in charge at Columbia Records, who prohibited Mingus and his drummer, Danny Richmond, from singing the following lyrics. "Oh Lord, don't let 'em shoot us. Oh Lord, don't let 'em stab us. Oh Lord, don't let 'em tar and feather us. Oh Lord, no more swastikas. Oh Lord, no more Ku Klux Klan. Name me someone who's ridiculous, Danny. Governor Faubus. Why is he so sick and ridiculous? He won't permit integrated schools. Then he's a fool. Boo, Nazi fascist supremacists. Boo, Ku Klux Klan with your evil plan. Name me a handful that's ridiculous, Danny Richmond. Faubus, Rockefeller, Eisenhower. Why are they so sick and ridiculous? 2, 4, 6, 8. They brainwash and teach you hate."
my faith. We've been let down again, but we're hopeful and justice will end. Black lives matter. I sing it loud through the tears in hearts that shattered. We matter. Black lives matter. We sing it loud through the tears in hearts that shattered. We matter. We matter, matter, matter. We matter, matter. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Today will be the day. We will stand for what is righteous, and with truth on our side, we must lift our voice and say, Black lives matter. We sing it loud, standing proud. I stand empowered. We matter. Black lives matter. We sing it loud, standing proud. I stand empowered. We matter. We matter, matter, matter. We matter, matter. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. It really matters. We I wish it all